Lowry out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Powell, and it's a three, the small forward. And for the Knicks, it's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Barrett and Knox are the wingmen. And it's Smith in at the 1 spot. It'll be the Knicks off the tip. Smitty, we have a good rivalry game tonight with 2 conference foes. This should be a beauty.
Yes, indeed. I think the fans feel it. The coaches feel it. Us as announcers, we feel it. The atmosphere is going to be great.
It is indeed. Now here is Lowry after R.J. Barrett's miss. Excellent D that time from Robinson. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. Here's Toronto now. VanVleet passes to Gasol. A floater. Lowry has the open look. And it's off from three-point range. Randall kicks to Smith. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Off with the layup. And Lowry has it in the corner. Connects from three-point range. Lowry's got the first 3 points tonight for the Raptors.
Like a lot of jump shooters, Lowry's much more consistent when he gets his looks within the flow of the offense.
Barrett wide open, he fires. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
Now, here's Siakam. The ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Siakam.
Yeah, just not on the same page. Unfortunate, wasted possession.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Here's Knox. Smith outside. Gasol with the rebound.
Not the efficient start they were hoping for. Only 1 for 4 from the field.
Powell gets to Gasol. Siakam against Randall. Lock at 6. Siakam left side. And that'll be Toronto as it goes out of bounds. Raptors retain possession. Well, few players in the NBA are as scary as Dennis Smith Jr. when he has speed towards the rim.
Smith just attacks with a ferociousness when he puts the ball on the floor. It can leap out of the building and strong enough to dunk over and through just about any player. Still developing the rest of his game, but you like his aggression when going to the hoop.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And out of UCLA, Norman Powell, athletic 6'4" combo guard, said he modeled his game after Russell Westbrook.
And I can see why. He's gifted physically as well. A 6'11" wingspan, a 40-inch vertical leap. He's more of a two-guard in my opinion, and he's off to a strong start in his young career.
The free throw drops for Powell. The Raptors' Nick Nurse winning an NBA title in his first season. Greg is an NBA head coach.
The first time a head coach who'd also helmed a team in a foreign league has won it. Nurse often reminisces fondly on those days coaching in Europe. And this summer he was entrusted with coaching the Canadian national team at the FIBA World Cup.
And a trying summer for the New York Knicks fans after trading away Porzingis. They were hoping to get a big-name player in free agency, Greg, and they didn't.
You know, shocking they refused to offer the max to Kevin Durant. I mean, there were concerns with the Achilles. but instead he ends up in Brooklyn. Combine that with fans' disappointment at missing out on Zion Williamson, and the saga continues.
And here's Lowry after Dennis Smith was able to get the three. Lowry kicks to Gasol. Powell with it. Just 5 on the clock. That one goes in. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. And every so often, Steve, we'll see two teammates fighting over a rebound. You ever have a teammate upset with you for stealing his rebound?
A lot, Kevin. All the bigs I played with, those guys hated when guards came in. They would elbow you, and if you're on their same team, saying get out of here, especially for a lot of those bigs. It was a lot of rebound incentives in their contract, so they wanted to grab every rebound.
So New York ends up going with the new group. And then for Toronto, OG Anunoby's checked in for Gasol. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Norman Powell. And McCaw is subbed in for Fred VanVleet. Shot clock at 6. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
Great defense by Serge, a tremendous athlete, blessed with insane length and leaping ability.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Here's Morris after the made shot from Kyle Lowry. Outside Gibson. For 3. Ibaka with some nice D. Raptors leading by 3. Anunoby passes to Lowry. Here's McCaw. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first quarter. There's Hollis-Jefferson. Count that bucket. New York's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Here's Trier. Lowry covering. It's stolen by Lowry. Now running. Here comes Lowry pushing the ball up. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Bobby Portis.
You see Serge in the painted area, feels the defender, goes on the attack.
The Raptors shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throw.
Free throw good, Ibaka. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Serge Ibaka has gone through a lot of roles since he's entered the league. Now pretty much a shot-blocking stretch 4.
Portis finds Ellington over Lowry. The shot's good from Ellington. And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Raptors out in front, leading by 5. And we'll be back in... And Serge Ibaka talked about his skill set and how it complements Kyle Lowry and Pascal Siakam and what he brings to the team.
Bringing my defense toughness, my experience playing both those.
And really, Ibaka is a seasoned veteran now, a terrific role player known for his defense.
And Ibaka knows his role and plays it well.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And from what we've seen so far from the Raptors guys, your thoughts?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for the Knicks, Taj Gibson is out there with Bobby Portis. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Reggie Bullock. And it's Ellington in at the 1. So he gets them both. A strange saga last season for Patrick McCaw. Restricted free agent with the Warriors. He sat out, Smitty, for months.
He did, Kevin. Eventually signed a non-guaranteed deal with the Cleveland Cavaliers, but he was waived within days, prompting a league investigation. A promising young player, the Dubs didn't want to lose him, and eventually signed with the Toronto Raptors, and he won another chip.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. And Kevin, we know one thing in New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
DA, that's when he is at his best. Thank you. And here is Ellington. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Elbow shot. Portis can't get it to go.
Empty possession, and you don't want to miss these easy looks.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Here's McCall. Pass to Anunoby for the 3. It's rebounded by Portis. Knicks trail by 9. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Back to Ellington. Pulls up on the elbow. And the Knicks miss again. Raptors leading by 9. Ibaka. Dishes to Lowry. Passes it to Anunoby. Raptors moving the ball around. Here's Ibaka. Hits the jumper.
If you let Serge get looks in there, he's going to shoot him for a very high percentage.
New York calls timeout.
The Toronto Raptors are an elite defensive group. Reasons why: they're long, they're smart, and they're experienced.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. A new group in now for the Raptors. Marcus Gasol is checked in for Ibaka. Pascal Siakam comes in for OG Anunoby. Norman Powell's checked in for Hollis Jefferson. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry. Outside, Robinson. New York needs to get off a shot. And again, it's the Knicks missing. We talk about the defensive IQ, Smitty, for the Raptors. Where does that reveal itself?
For me, Kevin, their rotations. They are able to send help, double teams, and still recover and get out to shooters.
Can they get it? And block. That one goes careening off the glass.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy. No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
And it's Smith penetrating. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Down low, here's Siakam. Robinson with the block. Here's Smith. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
This is Smith Jr. in a nutshell. A fearless guy who takes on all comers when he's looking to score.
And you spend any amount of time watching Dennis Smith Jr., Greg, his leaping ability makes for some impressive highlights.
Kevin, he's got the size and the off-the-charts athleticism. Now just trying to figure out how to realize his obvious potential.
Free throw drop for Smith.
With the new contract, Julius Randle, looking for stability, wasn't considered part of the Lakers' future. He showed in New Orleans he's worth betting on.
And it's blocked, and he keeps control of the ball. We've got 1:28 left in the second quarter. Smith outside. Siakam pulls it in. And the Lakers not extending Julius Randle's contract. Smitty, they wanted to save some money for other players.
Yeah, you're right. And last season, Julius Randle averaged over 20 points a game. He has something to prove. He made his case and earned this new deal.
Robinson misses. Toronto leading by 10. There's 53 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here's Powell, and he lays it straight in. Powell's got 6.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Smith inside, covered by Van Vliet. And it's Smith missing.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
And the dunk by Powell.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
It's a backbreaker for your defense, giving up easy buckets like that.
Smith in the post, covered by Van Vliet.
And it's the combination of athleticism, speed, and intelligence Smith Jr. has that's so impressive. Just a dynamic point guard with loads of potential.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
And you know, you'll take what he can
Take a
give you
break.
from the free
Take a
throw
break.
line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
The free throw drops for Smith. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Now, Siakam. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. There's the pass to Van Vliet. Sinks the triple. And the Raptors lead by 15.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
Especially considering it's on the road in front of a tough crowd. They've been able to block out the distractions.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors. Their lead at 15 going into the break. Their strategy has been clear to... Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. They were on a nice little roll in that opening period as they got their lead up as high as 7 points. The second quarter got a lot more exciting for them as they were putting up big numbers and find themselves way out in front here at the half. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny. And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back. Kevin Harlan. Go. Go over there.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Out of town in the 2018 draft, Smitty, who do you think has the highest ceiling of that group?
Kevin, I love that question because it's not who's the best player who has the best talent. It's the ceiling. I think Jaren Jackson Jr., Marvin Bagley, those guys have so much room to grow. The Doncic and the Trae Young, those guys are fantastic. They have room to grow, but I think those two have a lot of room to grow, and they're already good.
Setting the floor for the Raptors. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. And Van Vliet out there with Lowry, and it's Powell in at the small forward.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turn it into easy points.
Randall banked in off the glass. Randall's got his first points in this one.
So dangerous in the paint. Randall with a good mix of power, skills, and balance.
Gasol kicks to Lowry. Fires for three. Knicks with the rebound. As their comeback bid had better get started.
I don't know, guys. It's going to take a pretty big run to get back in this one.
Here's Knox. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Well, you knew it was going to take some time for Kevin Knox, but Greg, at the end of last season, he began to show flashes of what he could do.
You could almost see the game starting to slow down for him about halfway through the season. Consistency is something all rookies struggle with, but it hit Knox especially hard. Fortunately, that is something that passes with time.
The Raptors making a switch here. Ibaka's checked in, so he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. And Greg, last season, the best scoring average of Serge Ibaka's career.
Even with a down year as far as his three-point shooting, Ibaka's still very efficient, getting more of his offense around the rim, playing some at the 5.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season we thought the Knicks' cornerstone player was Kristaps Porzingis. But the player and the team fell out of love with each other. And the Knicks traded him to Dallas. The draft picks and cap space freed them up for a wild summer, led by the drafting of rookie R.J. Barrett in the draft. Now New York has one of the more drastically revamped rosters in the league. Kevin, there's a lot to be excited about going forward in the Big Apple.
Big moves indeed, David. Thank you. And in recent seasons, we've seen Serge Ibaka involved in some extracurricular. Get a little chippy out there.
Yes, indeed. Last season, he had a 3-game suspension. Penalties can escalate for repeat offenders, something he's got to be aware of.
Anunoby, he's checked in for Toronto. Now, here's Ellington. He's covered closely. Outside Portis. And the 3-ball is good.
Impressive shot by Bobby Portis. People wondered if he could be a stretch 4. He's proven that he can be.
Lowry passes to Siakam. Now here's Van Vliet. He's guarded by Bullock. Van Vliet can't get it to go. Now here's Bullock. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Ibaka's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Van Vliet finds Siakam. Now here's Bullock. T right on him. Ellington with it. Right side Gibson. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Anunoby. Siakam outside. It's over Ellington, buried from 15 feet out.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Knicks trail by 15. He dishes it to Bullock. Back to Ellington. Over Lowry. A shot by Ellington, no good. And it's Lowry with the ball. Brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. Pass to Siakam. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. And the Raptors lead by 17.
And the Raptors took some heat for parting ways with reigning Coach of the Year, Dwayne Casey. But his successor, Nick Nurse, guided this franchise to an NBA title.
Tremendous self-belief and determination. The only NBA head coach who was also a head coach in college, the G League, and overseas. He's been preparing for this for a long time.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
And over the last few seasons, Kyle Lowry's scoring trending downward. His assists increasing, though, dramatically, relying more on his teammates to get the job done.
So for the Knicks, Lonzo Trier comes in for Reggie Bullock. And it's Dennis Smith in for Wayne Ellington. And then for Toronto, Marc Gasol's checked in for Siakam. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson comes in for OG Anunoby. And McCaw is subbed in for Fred VanVleet. New York, no good that time either.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Pass to McCaw. 34 seconds left here in the third quarter. Yep, it counts.
And ever since halftime, they played precision basketball offensively.
You know, the coach has had something to say about that. No question, they've settled in and executed brilliantly. The defense was clearly not on the same page. No one picked up the open man.
Smith against Lowry. Floats one up. It's rebounded by Portis.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
What do you love about Serge on this end? Has the lateral quickness and hops to really challenge shooters.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Raptors lead by 19. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Very unselfish. If you appreciate teamwork, this is the kind of play that will get you up out of your seat.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Knicks trailed by 19. Smith and Trier, the tandem in the backcourt. Barrett and Knox in at the forward positions. And it's Randall in at the center position. That's the 5 for New York right now. Smith scanning the floor. Clock is at 3. Jacks up a 3. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Powell, that's good. Well, we've seen it before. We're certainly seeing it right now, Smitty. The super team phenomena. Is there anything the league can or should do about that?
What I think they can do is being able to allow players to sign a longer-term deal. If a guy is, I would say, under contract for 6, 7, 8 years, then you won't see as much movement. But if you have these guys who are making so much money off the course from their endorsements, they're going to keep signing shorter deals, so they'll have the leverage to be able to move.
Randall with the bucket.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Here's Powell. Oh, that's blocked. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Randall. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for New York. Fred VanVleet is checked in for the Raptors. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. 6 to shoot. A wide open look for Gasol. There's Hollis-Jefferson, and denied. He sends it right off the glass.
The evolution of Randall's game, no matter where he is on the floor now, the defense has to pay attention.
The 7th pick back in 2014. Julius Randle goes about, 6'9", 240 pounds, Smitty. And he is one tough customer.
Yes, indeed, Kevin. A bruising paint present Julius Randle is. When he attacks the rim, he'll bulldoze defenders right out of the way.
2 shots.
And he can't get the first one.
The one thing about Julius Randle, he is still young and has a significant upside.
Siakam is checked in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Good on the second free throw. Raptors leading by 18. Here's McCall. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Here's Gasol. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Over a decade in Memphis for Marc Gasol, even played his high school basketball there. Now a new phase.
The Raptors making a switch here. Lowry's checked in.
One shot.
And that one falls for Marc Gasol. And when you spend as much time in one city as Marc Gasol and mean as much as he did to the Grizzlies franchise in that city of Memphis, you know what, Smitty? It's got to be tough to move on.
I'm sure, Kevin, for both sides, regardless of what he accomplished moving forward, this jersey is getting retired in Memphis. No question about it. You know he's pulling his weight, but they still find themselves behind.
Van Vliet passes to Lowry. He kicks it to Powell. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Powell's got 4 points this quarter.
A good find by Kyle Lowry. Doesn't always get enough credit for his vision.
Smith outside. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Toronto. And it's blocked. What a play as he just snatches the shot out of midair. To the middle. Here's Randle. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Randle's got 9 points now in just the second half. Raptors leading by 17. Siakam outside. Back to Lowry. From the arc. That shot is off. Now the Knicks take it the other way.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Raptors.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Randle with some nice D. Knicks trail by 15. It falls for his fifth field goal tonight. Now shooting 5 for 8.
One thing we knew Randle could do entering the league, finish inside through contact.
Toronto calls timeout. They're up by 13. And 1:01 left in the game. And now a moment to take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Taj Gibson's checked in for Julius Randle. Damian Dotson comes in for Kevin Knox. Alonzo Triers checked in for Barrett. And it's Peyton in for Dennis Smith. And Peyton throws it down hard.
On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on?
Well, the question becomes, are they playing that much better now, or has their opponent taken the rest of the night off?
Here's Van Vliet. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. And the Raptors lead by 13. And the Knicks with possession. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Payton. Second chance shot in deep. Robinson drops it in.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why: lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
Lowry looking around. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Mark. It seemed like